how much of this is true, sir? If you run away from a problem, wherever you go, if there is a problem and then run away from it, then wherever you go, it's going to be multiplied.
You are right. Again, there will be one more problem.
One more problem of the same nature and a bigger one.
So, there is no point in looking at your circumstances. Okay. There is only point in looking at yourself.
Looking at yourself.
When you change, then you are happy in any given circumstance.
Okay.
So, in meditation, you change yourself. Without meditation, you want to change others.
I change others, okay.
The employee wants to change the employees want to change the employer. All people want to change the companies, as you said.
Correct, sir.
So, meditation is the real option for any sane human being. If they are insane, there are no options. Sanity is required.
Happy morning, friends, and a wonderful evening for those joining from the West. Welcome back to the program ZEN. My name is Rakesh. I started my journey in 2020 with absolutely very little idea of what the practice of meditation is. However, in that initial weeks and months of practice, something significantly changed. But end of that's somewhere that realization came that the way we live in the situations doesn't change, but the way I react, the way we perceive those situations, the way I handle those situations change completely. One of the book that I read in my those days by Jack Canfield called After Ecstasy is Laundry. So it's not that when, after that initial practice, when there were significant changes that I was seeing in myself, it's not that I was doing anything differently. It was not that I was still working where I used to work at Cognizant. The circumstances, situations were all the same. But what I was seeing was I was looking at it completely differently, where I was expecting others to change. As Patriji was saying, this is the biggest change that I saw. Whereas I was expecting others to change, I saw that I was changing, and for me, the way I was looking at the situations was changing. And that gave me a lot of freedom. Where I used to think that I could not control circumstances, how my team was working with me, or the projects was not going according to what I wanted. But the understanding that I have to change and I am changing, and because of that, how I'm looking at things are changing, significantly changed the way I was finding about my work. I realized the team was more cooperating with me. My family was more cooperating. I no longer felt worried about what's going to happen in the future. Nobody else changed. It was me who was changing, and that was the biggest benefit, if I can talk about what happened after meditation. That freedom that I got, that I have to change, not others, for to make me feel happy about situations. Of course, there are many other benefits that I saw, like the health, the ability to manifest, to be an entrepreneur. All of that benefits was there, but the biggest benefit is the freedom to say that, it is when I change, I have the ability to change. It's not that circumstances has to be changed. And giving that freedom to live the way I want. So to continue the practice today, I'd like to welcome my mentor, Master Chandrapal Setti, because there's always somebody who will tell you give that guidance in terms of how do you want to move in life, and bringing that simple understanding that meditation can significantly change how you live your life. So I am deeply grateful to Chandra sir. So welcome, Chandra.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. Beautiful. There's so much that happens through Rakesh sir at Foundation. This point that constantly, while there is something called why me to why not me, we also must start looking at why them, why not me? Why do you always expect somebody to change? Why not me to change? So beautifully said. That's when we gain the total freedom. So thank you, Rakesh, for everything that you're doing at Foundation. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. Let's go into the meditation. Meditation practice we started yesterday, doing heart elevation process to find a moment of deep joy, satisfaction, gratitude, to relive it. Even if you want to express gratitude during this heart elevation process, you can. It's a moment where you felt so good expressing gratitude, receiving gratitude. And so just living that moment for some time is sort of filling us up with higher emotion, higher energy. And so then automatically brings coherence into our brain and body. And so then our breath meditation can go even more deeper. Right, friends? So relax yourself, sit comfortably. We're practicing Anapanasati meditation or breath meditation. Our goal is to rest the mind and be in that state of restfulness. And while that is our aim and goal, and then we do this by observing our breath with our eyes closed, the restfulness or the quietness happens. It's not something we can make it happen. We don't create it. But simply by observing our breath with our eyes closed, slowly thoughts come down, mind starts resting. That happens. When mind starts resting and becoming emptier and emptier, we may notice some kind of sensations, movements in our body and mind, and then we simply observe all of it. That's called meditation experience. We witness it, we observe it. We don't force anything to happen there. As you're observing your breath, as mind is becoming calmer, your breath is slowly going away from your awareness. It goes away. As the mind is calmer, breath also, awareness of breath goes away slowly, slowly, slowly. You tend to lose track of the breath. That is the right state to be in. As you do that, your mind is becoming calmer, and then that's the state of emptiness where you may witness many things that may happen automatically. Be an observant of it. Become a great observer of all of it. In case you have thought and you know it is your thought, attention back to the breath. This is called breath meditation, and we spend maximum time in this. And then before we do that, we practice this heart elevation process that I just talked about. Relax yourself, follow the guidance. If anybody new here, dear friends, with your eyes closed. Relax your body. With your eyes closed, glasses removed, with your hands on your chest area, resting your attention on your sacred heart. Connect with your heart center. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel your heart center? Feel the seat of all emotions. Nurturing all life. With its emotions of love, compassion, gratitude. Bring up an experience that moves you into higher emotions from your past, present, or future. Just simply live that experience and feel that energy. Relive that moment and feel that energy. And allow yourself to spread that energy with your intention to all those in need or to everyone on this planet to help them elevate themselves, to to help them find the truth that we are one. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. The more you are with this energy, the more you spread this energy, the more coherent you become. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, comfortably rested. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. when you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty. And allow yourself to experience this emptiness, that greater field of consciousness. exhale yourself. To be in that calmness, emptiness. That field of inner knowingness. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. And allow yourself to losing track of it, to go into that emptiness, that calmness. That's energy. All that exists. You are less matter and all energy. Allow yourself to witness that experience. As you become one with this energy, the feel of emptiness. if you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to merge to that emptiness. Merge into the deeper emptiness. Inside of you, all around you. friends. At this time, I would like you to express gratitude to all things and everyone. Gratitude moves us into coherence and helps us create and experience more. Moves us into acceptance. Your gratitude to everyone in your life, your parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues, and to everything you use. The technology, the system, the company, the governments. To all existence, this intelligent universe, to this mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, angelic kingdom. Gratitude to yourself, to your body, for helping you experience this life. Many are not so blessed.
All is well, I can rest, I am safe.
Relax your body.
All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe. All is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe.
Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you may open your eyes. Okay. Okay, dear friends, hope you enjoy the session. One of the aspects that over the period I came to terms with and I came to understand is to transcending time and space. we are here, and always every experience of ours is identified with time and space. And then time and space means I'm here in Bangalore experiencing this Pyramid Valley. I'm there in Mount Shasta, experiencing the beautiful energy out there. I was there 10 years ago in Disneyland, did something, time and space. My child, when very, very young, was so beautiful in walking. He was always fumbling and doing this, and beautiful in speaking. So cute. When she was young. When we were living in Pune, time and space. But the consciousness on the other side, there's no time and space. The nature of consciousness is not to operate with the time and space constraint, because they are there here in the physical reality. But in the infinite space, in the infinite existence, where infinite things are happening simultaneously, everything is happening, in the grand scheme of things, the scale of time doesn't matter. For example, the scale of time doesn't matter, the scale of space doesn't matter, where it is and when it is. But we are, in our experience, are always very, very ingrained about wanting to have an experience at a specific place and a specific time. You can say, the attachment to time and space, or everything originates from there. For example, I was there in Mount Shasta, I couldn't see something out there. I wanted to go, I could not do it. Oh, after much planning, finally I came here this year, but then I'm just not able to see and experience anything of it. We're attached to the time there. We are worried, or we are thinking that I came here after much planning, but I couldn't do anything. We have a notion in the mind that, okay, this time I must experience something. And if it didn't, then it leads to all suffering. We planned for a jail admission and then didn't happen. Time. We decided that it must happen now. We are the ones who decided arbitrarily this has to happen now. And so then if it doesn't happen, then we feel bad. Can this happen a year later? What happens if it happens a year later? You couldn't experience that Mount Shasta this time. Is it possible that it happens another time? Is it possible? If thoughts create reality, would it be that if you wish to, then you can experience again, or for many reasons you are there again, and so then you experience again? Why does it have to be in a given specific time and a given specific space? I used to dream in the beginning, when I came into service, that no, this weekend we have to have, in 3 months, we have to have so many visitors visiting Pyramid Valley. Fine. You put your goal to channelize the energy. But then I also used to struggle when very few visitors came. I used to struggle. How come? How come it's not happened? That's not happened. While it is important to channelize the energy with a goal or whatever, so that we can drive all energy towards it with intention to seeking an experience that we wish to have, but then dropping and then staying away from this time and space concept. It is important to direct all our energy towards what we wish to experience, then why something not happened. That's where we drive more energy. The more we think about time and space, the more we drive energy when things don't happen in a given time, given space. And so we tend to create negative reality. We tend to draw suffering and unhappiness. There's also called the concept where you don't surrender, you don't believe that something can happen for you. In our hand, what is there is simply experience. What do you wish to experience? I wish to go into meditation and experience that feeling of merging of oneness, where people talk about light there. People talk about they just become one with this light. They couldn't really know where they are. There are no boundaries. It's all one. Okay, that sounds great. I wish to experience it, period. Oh, I've done advanced meditation retreat, 5 days, practiced it, nothing happened to me. And so it's not for me. Oh, I'm an unlucky person. Oh, some big karma is there for me. Is that why I could not experience it? Because we have an arbitrary attachment to time and space. And so then we go off into different directions, tangential directions, analyzing everything. But I'd seen this beautifully with Patriji, placing intentions. He would say, let's do an event. Let's do. Babu, 5,000 people will come. Don't worry about it. He will say, but they're never attached. Even if there are 10 people are there, you would simply go and then you would never attach to the result of what has happened. Because it's truly a believer that what is right is happening to us, but not attached to that today. Oh, because we're there for 10 years, and so then it must be having certain amount of growth, certain amount of thing. It's attachment to time. I've told my child 3 times already now, the last 6 months I've been working, and so then they must do now automatically. Attached to time. Why 6 months? Why can't be 12 months? Why can't be 2 years before they can become better? When we use the word settle down, people ask, okay, oh, settle down in Bangalore. It used to be the case long ago, oh, Bangalore, beautiful weather, I'd like to settle down. Beautiful weather in India, overall year round, everything good except 1 or 2 months. Nice, settle down. But over a period, you're given to understand there's no concept of settle down. Why is it attached to a space? By limiting ourselves to a space, we lose many experiences. Who knows? There may be a much better place than Bangalore for you to experience. It's all about experiencing. It's not about staying stuck with this place. As I understand, the concept of settle down is completely a conditioned concept from here. It's out of survival. It's purely out of survival, needs of survival. And I said settle down are purely out of seeking comfort zone. Comfort zone means dead zone. There's no more growth. There's no more new experience. So the concept that I've settled down is disappeared. When that is gone, then I'm free, then I'm looking for opportunity. If Delhi takes me there, something takes me to Delhi, then I'll go there. If something takes me to the United States, we'll go there. Why not? No. We lived in the United States for 20 years. Now I'm done with that place. Why are we done with that place? That's called attachment. Against one versus the other. I've called these people 10 times, and so then they must respond. They must do it. Now, if I didn't do it, then it becomes a failure. Why am I thinking so much about it? Because we're attached to the time, and we have an arbitrary notion of mind that my promotion did not come, my business growth did not happen this way. And so then I'm a failure, or they are the ones who are the ones who are the cause of it. The point, dear friends, is that if we want to truly place ourselves into the field to know the existence, we also operate to the principle of existence. That nature is operating, things happen. And we also keep our intentions. And then the only thing that we have is to constantly become clearer about what intention should I place. And I place intentions, let the results happen. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Means place your intention about doing the action. But then results, let it happen. It can happen tomorrow, it can happen 10 days later. You'd like something to grow, it can happen here, it can happen somewhere else. Be ready to see it. You'd like to experience great nature, but it could be in Bangalore, it could be somewhere else, it could be some other place. Be ready to take that wherever it comes. Then truly we're not limiting ourselves to any experience. Otherwise, we have this arbitrary limitation in our mind about time and space of this has to be here, this has to be this time. So we limit ourselves. Because when it doesn't happen, we abandon our dream at that point with suffering or whatever. When we're doing service work too, it is the same thing, it applies. The only thing that matters is that how much of my energy is driven towards what I want to experience. And then experience whatever that comes in return. I used to have this arbitrary thing. Yes, in Pyramid Valley, we'll have 1,000 people in a meditation session in the pyramid when we were hosting it. I used to have this thought, 1,000 people must come regularly. And then a period I realized, let it happen. It'll happen. Today it happens. Once in maybe 2 months, 3 months, there is some event or the other, 1,000 people come together. But let it happen. Why should I be stressing myself and say that it must happen in the next year or the next 2 years? Having a goal is important, but then what happens? Let those happen by themselves without necessarily stressing, because there are various reasons of why something may happen, may not happen in time. This concept of transcending time and space is important from our manifestations perspective, where many of us drop our manifestation very quickly. And it's important in of course, finding joy within ourselves. And it is important to be in the present moment, by the way. When we have an attachment to a space at a time, then we forget, because then it is the target. That's how we define a target is defined. Then we forget about present journey. If I'm so fixated upon having, seeing these 5 things next trip that I go to, Niagara Falls, then everything else is forgotten. Our attention is only on those 5 things in Niagara Falls. But the journey to Niagara Falls is completely forgotten. Your flight is missed, then suddenly, then you are saying, oh man, what happens to the Niagara Falls trip? Because you are fixated upon so much on the space. You're completely not even here. You missed your flight. Maybe you missed a flight because you are there to experience something beautiful out there. I had a 1-day workshop. One year we were traveling to Albany. In the most least expected ways, we missed the flight. In the morning, we were there pretty much 5 feet away from the gate, but we missed it. 5 feet away from the gate, half an hour before. 5 feet away from the bed, half an hour before we're waiting, but we still miss the flight. What do you call it? But I recognize that something beautiful was there. We missed the morning part of the workshop anyway, but something will take care. Recognizing that, okay, this workshop, oh my God, so if I have not been, then everything has been planned for so many weeks and months. And so what's going to happen? Versus there is something that is happening. So immediately looking back and say, what is it bringing us? My entire family were there. And so then, many of our masters, when I say family, group of masters, everybody in our family is a big master. Great to be spending time with them. Everyone is into service, everyone is into meditation practice. So they're all there. We spent only a few hours in the previous day, and it appeared that I have to be there for some more time. 1 year, and I have to be there for some more time, spending time having some conversations. And it turns out that we had one of the beautiful conversations, me and Dr. GK and Padma, on having some future engagements of various kinds. Important, beautiful. So when we draw time and space, means that we're coming into acceptance of our current situation, current event. If we're attached to time and space, then we are not in acceptance of it. We are saying, I have to have the best experience only in this place or only at that time. These have to be dropped. Then we are truly operating in this quantum field. Nature of the quantum field is to not bother about these aspects. What does it mean in a corporate world and business world? Do your best. If you do your best, it's called doing the right thing. If you do the right thing, if I'm a salesperson, I need to do sales call after sales call. I have to wake up, I have to find out, generate leads, call clients. And then if I'm very intuitive and attentive to the signals, then of course I take the right steps in setting up meetings, travel, come back, do the things that are necessary for it. I use the word intuition. If you meditate, you develop intuition, so you know what is right for you. So navigate yourself appropriately. And so then you're doing the right thing by intuition. Now, if you didn't meet your quota, if you didn't meet your revenues, of course, something is going to happen. Physical limitation, something may show up. If an environment is right, and generally, if you do the right thing, the environment will give you additional leeway. You get an extra rope and say, okay, you didn't meet this quarter. Okay, I'm giving you next quarter, I'll give you another quarter. And so then you get that extra time, the extra support. And so eventually you will fulfill, if not accept. All that matters is, am I done to my conscience everything that's necessary? After doing it, now if it didn't happen, an arbitrary 3-month time frame or 6 months time frame, what to do? It's okay. Accept the outcome. It could be that we lose a job and go somewhere. But then if we have this notion that I would like to experience something in a given time or space, but it doesn't happen, then accept it. And then let it happen, because when you let this time and space move out, you may receive a deal much quickly in another territory. You may have the deal, sooner than what you expect. These things can come. Why not? They may happen sooner than you expect. Our company acquisition time, I was truly in that mode. The only thing that mattered was that, of course, I was doing intense practice for myself to constantly visualize and dream about what I wish to have, the experience of having the acquisition, going through to have the right thing for the employees, to see that our product is utilized greatly by many, many companies in the future. And then I have the long-term desire to support many of the projects that I always wanted to be part of, many building pyramids. Now, that's all I was visualizing, while at the ground, things would happen. I didn't fix and say, okay, in 6 months or 3 months, and this must happen. I said, let this go. I tell you what, to my greatest surprise, when that time frame in my mind, because of course, normally an acquisition can take 12 months, 1 year. We ourselves sort of fix the time by thinking that way. And said, be very open. I was very open and said, let it go on, see what happens. We are doing truly called living in the moment of meeting to meeting. That's what I advised in sports. Say, okay, game at a time, today, a session at a time. As I truly were doing that way, at least I was there in my mind that way, meeting at a time. And then, to my great surprise, some unexpected things happened very early. A very senior executive visiting our India office from IBM much earlier than the entire acquisition process was least expected. If I was thinking that as part of the process, there is some due diligence 1, due diligence 2, negotiations 3, afterward this big person will come and then we'll do some meeting and that's when this is done. That's the sequential thinking is based on a certain time scale. Then that's what I would manifest. But instead, that very big person, if it all have to happen, who is the CEO of this biggest business unit, visited our office very early in the game, unexpected. When you let things happen, they'll happen for you in the most unexpected way towards fulfilling that cause for us, experience. Today, my son wants to go somewhere. Now, me before, this whole intellectual would say, oh, already 1 year is over, then he must get into this postgrad program. He's got to do. What is it doing? Why is it not doing? It's not there anymore. All we see is, and all he's seeing himself is, is he spending time in a way that he would like to? And is he feeling good about what he's doing today? Of course, he's doing internship and he's doing it, he's applying. It'll happen. If not this, it'll happen next year at the right time. So that is the feeling with which you operate. We want to see that meditation becomes a policy. Now, we did a GCML global conference in 2025. We are what? We are 25 now? Yeah, 25. We did a GCML in 2025 in February. We had about, I believe, about 1,000 delegates joined. It is that time, right? We're not fixated and say, no, this year it has to be through 1,000 delegates. We're not fixated on it. And then we want to see that the message of meditation goes into the leadership so that it become a policy. I don't know, it is encouraged everywhere actively. Without curbing it down as meditation means religion, meditation means not proven. All these things have to go away. And so we're creating awareness so that it is encouraged and then slowly becomes a policy. We're not fixated in our mind that it has to happen in the next 3 years. We will have, of course, we are dreamers. We'll dream that an entire world is meditating, like Patriji, as soon as possible. But then we're not fixated that if it didn't happen, we're going to sit and cry. It must apply for everything. Our efforts, of course, are there when we are dreaming of things without doubting the outcomes. And that means you're not creating a negative intention, negative energy, I don't know, energy in the opposite direction. I'm going to use the word negative, I said opposite direction of what you want to go. Then let things happen. They will happen. Forgetting about the time and space. Every aspect, dear friends, of our life, we have to check. And then when we drop this notion of time and space, we are forced truly living in total freedom. Something that Rakesh talked about. You become free. Not to say that you're escaping. You're answerable to your conscience clearly. Am I done the best? That's what's important. Did I play too many politics? Am I been thinking too bad about why I did not get the opportunity? Why these guys are doing this way, that way? These are all negative intentions. Instead, in any situation, do what is best for us and then drop the time notion. And so today, when we are living, we truly come onto this concept of I have to, that especially space where I met a shaman master about 10 years ago at Pyramid Valley. Now, these guys they're called nomads. They travel everywhere. They don't have specifically, even a bag of fruit, they don't have anything with them. They don't have a home. They don't have belongings. They simply travel 6 months to 6 months, place to place, with a few things. So then it hit me like, oh, we need so many things. And we say, okay, this is my home. This is my place. And this is where I'm going to be living rest of my life. What are they? They don't even have possessions with them, anything. Ever since I met this wife and husband, that time they came to Valley and they're doing some ceremonies. And we asked them, where do you stay? Okay, yeah, now we are traveling here. Afterwards, we'll see the United States and go back where we're going to stay. We don't know. Then we'll go to Mexico. Then go here, there. So it's simply they're moving based on where their life wants to, their experience wants to. So we become light in life. So that's when I recognize that a mindset has to shift and say, I'm not fixated upon Bangalore. I will go where my work is. I will go where I feel. And I've seen this with Patricia so beautifully. He never was a single place as his home. Every place is his home. Wherever he went, it simply moved from place to place to place to place. That's how he lived. Never even asked, is there a home for me in Pyramid Valley or any place? We want to become truly free, dear friends. We got to drop this notion of time and space that have been arbitrarily injected into us, conditioned into us from the childhood. Because all has been, this material reality is the only reality. This is it. And so this is, and all the likes, dislikes, everything is developed. With meditation, of course, over a period of time, but then we must actually look for these concepts to see why am I stuck up on this place? Why am I stuck up on this time? What happens if I didn't get it in this time? What happens if I have it somewhere else? When we have these questions asked for ourselves, then that will be the beginning of slowly, slowly let loose of these fundamentally wrong concepts. Thank you very much. Yes, Rakesh, any announcements?
No announcements for today, but a wonderful topic today. Thank you, Chandra.
Yes. Any questions? Seems like we just have a couple of minutes. Anybody, any questions?
So friends, please do raise your hand, or you can type it in the Q&A if you have any questions.
Yes. Nilimaji.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, it has been a long time. I had gone through surgery and all, and it has been a very low time. And now I have again joined this meditation. Uh, I want to revive myself again.
Wonderful, madam. Really nice. From Jaipur?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes. The cycles happen. It is a natural progression to have the cycles of intense practice, and then we go away, to experience something that is unfinished businesses. They've experienced that, and during that time, then come back again. Right. Great to hear from you. Thank you.
Yeah, I tried many things in between, but then again, I came back here only. I wanted to come to the AMR again, but right now I can't travel and all. But maybe near future. Like you were supposed to come to Jaipur, like for that, I said ki if, there was a deal in the land. So I said ki if something happens, any activity and all we want to do for this Buddha CEO, this land should come to me. And miraculously that land came to me. And you didn't happen to come to Jaipur. Maybe in near future, people will come to Jaipur. Some activity can be done here.
Do it, madam. Whether I'm there or not, you organize thing. There are enough meditators are there who can come and do it. Whatever that you're thinking,
Okay.
you must do something. You see, it's once the thought came, implement it, right? And so, how will I come to Jaipur? Only if somebody calls me, I'll come to Jaipur, right? Of course, I'm also tuning in. I'm also tuning in where to go. When the message comes, and of course, you'd want to come there. Mhm. But then but since you got the thought of doing something, you must do it. Please please call, and then whether I'm able to come or not, someone else will definitely can come and do some good activity there.
Yeah, I got stuck. I want to come out of it. I want to move ahead in life.
Madam, meditation
Yeah.
and sincere practice is the only way.
Yeah.
Because we know it will, and it's very important to keep the time and space in this. When you say got stuck, we're not got stuck, madam. It is just how much is the time that you spent to say it? Probably a year ago we met. What is an year? Nothing in the grand scheme. I was there, we were there in Michael Singer's, Michael Singer, the author, Surrender Experiment. We know this. We know these concepts always. We were there in his uh, campus in Florida. Very, very thanks to Asha Paiji. We and her husband, and we were there. First of all, see, now it's a Western place, is a remote place, Westerner master, remote place on a weekday. He was doing a session from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. in a tiny, very, very remote place. 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. First of all, notion of time. Oh, that late into the night, 10 p.m., you're going to very, very remote. Then you have to come back. What happens in the night? Safe, not safe, rain prediction. We see too much of an weather forecast. First of all, we go. And then it's so beautiful we're able to go and then experience that and come back. And much credit to Asha ji and Sir, both of them, to be able to drive, dropping that very fear of the notion of time, what time, odd time, this time. Now, the real point I wanted to come to. Now, Michael Singer, he showed us after the session, he showed us a picture, and at the entrance of that temple, that picture, he said, here is this tiny thing. It's basically a space picture. It's a picture of space. In that he put Earth there, and he said the Earth is shot, this picture is shot 4 million miles away from Earth. And so then this is how it looks here. This is Earth. It is like a tiny dot, which we know this concept. And so every day I look at myself when I come into this place and I look at this picture and then remind myself what I am, what is my experience of today, in how pale in comparison to this picture that is there. The whole Earth is so minimal. And so who am I? And where is this Florida? And where is my place? And in that, who am I in this? And where is my experience of today? And so the point is to say that everything is so minimal. In that grand scheme of things, 1 year time is minimal. When we drop this notion of time and space, we are happily there. It is okay. For 3 years, if I didn't do anything, it's okay. I'm going to be like this. Why not? We accept ourselves no matter what situation that is. If we drop that notion of time and space, we will, not otherwise. Because we constantly see that progress is happening. Our progress, just developing the patience itself is progress. In fact, patience is progress. Time is practice, patience is progress. That's it. No other progress necessary. Just being there, just like that banyan trees, there for hundreds of years without necessarily seeing, worrying about people coming and taking the shade or not. Philosophically sound great, but of course, time is a practice. So the only thing that we can give is, with whatever time is there, how can I utilize it towards the things that are practice? Do join service, madam. Let's do some service, meditation, service activity. Will absolutely keep us in the practice for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you for bringing this up.
Thank you so much. Grateful, sir.
Okay, dear friends. So thank you. And so we'll see you all tomorrow again. Thank you. And yes, Chandraji, we'll take a short break and then have you with you. Yes, I must talk to you today.
Changing. Who I was yesterday is gone. Embrace who I am today and let go of who I was before the dawn. Take only what I need with me. Leave behind hurtful memories. Once I have learned all I can, I can't keep carrying my pain with me. Every moment, every day, I'm always deciding how I want to live, who I want to be.
Yes, Chandraji.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Because I think, Chandra sir, you need to raise your volume when you talk. I couldn't hear half of it. So maybe I'm scared I'm losing my hearing or whatever. I don't want to wear the headphones.
Is it? One second. Let me make sure it is. Is my voice clear enough? Like
now I can hear. This is excellent. I couldn't hear most of the thing. I want to come closer and then check my volume is full.
One second. I'm asking my team also. Earlier was my voice lower or is the same level?
It's good, sir. It's good.
It was
Now
good.
it is coming up. For
Okay.
me, it is good. I'm glad. I was thinking, debating whether to tell you or not. So I did it. That's my meditation confidence. Anyway, I have some kind of question on this transcendenting time and place. You said something to her too. I couldn't hear most of the stuff, so I was guessing. Because the whole world now, it functions on the time and space. Anything in life. Nothing is beyond. If we plan a conference, it has to be in a place, though it is a meditation conference. The same way, building anything or whatever, we have to plan. We have to find a space. This is a budget within that. It may be physically, that is the best thing to do. But can we, for that, just to sit down and say, well, we have to transcend the time and space, so it will automatically happen? I'm just thinking, because some of my issues were like that. So I'm just asking,
Madam,
how do we?
because with the law of the land process, whatever that is, for example, you got a flight at 10 p.m., right? You do 10 p.m. flight is there, not something you're creating. It is there, so you're going to take that. So go. for the time, well, for the 10 p.m. flight, whatever, right? You got to go in certain time, all right? So, of course, you're going. But the point is, fixating with the result. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen, right? There is a good reason it is not happening. That's what is called let loose of this. If miss the flight, then don't beat yourself because just we didn't go in time and that's why it's gone. Instead, come to the acceptance and that, but do your best. Do your best of of course you want to go there in time or catch the flight because you have an experience to do. So whatever is necessary, do it. Everything to the best possible to your conscience to be able to go there, you do, because there is a limitation that put on you anyway. There's an arbitrary limitation out there. So you go and then catch the flight. But if it didn't happen, in your mind at least, it's fine. There's something else that's greater is coming to you, is why you're not able to take the flight. Provided you've done everything that is necessary towards it. You're not too lazy, you're too careless, and then you're starting and say, okay, no problem. I'll go off, like I'll fly and go. All this kind of stuff you don't have, but instead, fly meaning you are flying in your car. Also, instead, you do what you feel is the right thing to do, but then when it doesn't happen, don't bother about it. Rather, see that as a positive thing, that something else is greater is coming. Don't beat yourself down. That's what I'm saying. A child did not get their admission. Don't beat them down, but don't beat yourself down because we didn't do the right parenting. That's why they didn't get it. If not this year, next year it's going to happen. Be ready for it. Right? One side. Where you are doing, we do not create arbitrary restrictions on ourselves for the time. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Somebody asked you, okay, can we have a coffee at, you're talking at 11:30 p.m. Coffee at this time? We already have judgment. We already have conditioning. Have many things around it. Do you know you'll have the best experience of having coffee at that time or not? Do you know? At 11:30 p.m. Can you tell with certainty it'll not be the best, great experience to have a coffee at 11:30?
Of course.
You can't tell. The only thing you know is no. 2 times I had coffee and so I couldn't sleep and so I don't want to sleep. I don't want to go through the experience again and do. So you have a notion of time. And so for everything we have a notion of time. And so then we avoid that experience. Rather than feeling at that time, what is it I should do? Should I have a coffee or not? So it should be feeling driven, not time driven in your mind. 7:30 p.m. Bruce, Michael Singer is doing a session. 7:30 remote place. Is it safe? Is it night? Can I come back? Everything is centered around time, as opposed to Michael Singer, his experience around experiment, great guy. So I would want to meet him. That's a feeling. Tune into your feeling. The feeling says it, then you act from them, as opposed to an artificial notion of time, artificial notion of space. Ask the other question. Give me an example of what you are struggling with.
No, I'm just asking the other one. You said time is practice. What is time is practice? I don't understand.
When I say time is practice, samayame sadhana. Patriji gave this word. Samayame sadhana, sahaname pragati.
Oh, awesome.
Samayam is time, is sadhana. That means how much time you can give to your practice is all that matters.
Oh, okay.
How much time you are giving to the practice? 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours.
Okay.
You have the intention and give, that's all. Your practice means the more time you give, the more you're doing towards practice. More hours, more and more of them. Without necessarily limiting yourself and say, 1 hour I've done already. No limitation in the practice of meditation. Today I planned 2 hours block is there, but 2 hours is for this. Meditation time exactly 45 minutes. Okay. Now Chandra today is not completing meditation. Boom, I'll come out of meditation. Okay. If your spiritual practices, particularly where you're going towards no time, no space concepts, so we are allowing ourselves with adequate buffers so that now its practice goes beautifully. All right. Our practice
Sure.
goes beautifully. And so when I say time is practice, how much you are able to give towards
Oh,
your
okay.
meditation practices, meaning your reading, your satsangs, your meditation, and then some seva around it. All of that, the more you give of your time, the more you are, of course, inching closer towards, being into that samadhi or the equanimous state of no suffering state or a nirvana state.
Okay.
And how do you measure your progress? How much patience you're developing. Sahaname pragati. How much
Mm-hmm.
patience you're developing. In
Patience with
waiting for
God.
whatever that is, why can't you wait? Why can't you wait for 1,000 years? If Vishwamitra, how many years of tapas he did? We don't know.
Yeah.
But it said
Yeah.
that they were doing it for thousands of years, right? And so they're able to do tapas for thousands of years. But in our case, after 40 days, we got to get everything. 40 days of, 40 into 1.5 hour, 60 hours of meditation practice, everything must come to me. So then the sahaname pragati is be patiently wait. Sahaname pragati means patience is your progress. If we can develop patience to be there, things will show up and happen, is what it is saying. What is necessary for you will come, it'll happen in due course. So spiritual practices, we come in without necessarily having times attached and say something's going to happen at this time, this time, this time, because we're conditioned that way. We drop that and say, yes, more meditation, more
That's good.
reading, more understanding is beautiful for me. I'm doing it. And we do.
Yes, that's good. That makes sense. Even for him, if he does 1,000 years, we shouldn't even say 1,000 years, transcend the time.
Yes.
We don't know what time he did it, how long he did it. That is not even. That's good. I get that.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Thank you, Amra sir.
Anything in the chat?
Yes. So there's a
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
On what is emptiness. I think there are two questions. One on the topic of time, but there's also a question on what is emptiness.
Please answer, Rakesh.
Energy.
Emptiness is absence of all physical form. Thought is about people, places, and things. So when you withdraw the attention to those aspects of the physical form, then whatever is remaining is that emptiness.
So adding further, so when we use the word emptiness in our meditations, and we also use the word emptiness is energy. And in that emptiness and that energetic state, you may experience something. We also say that there is something that may happen to you. Feeling sensations in the body, or having dreamlike states in your mind, weightlessness, you're not finding yourself there. Many things that you may notice of you. They're all are synonymous to that word emptiness. You're saying when you are there in this emptiness, but it starts with what Rakesh has said, is that when you're disconnecting from the space by withdrawing your senses inward, and then when you are removing thought from your mind, thought is about form in a given time, and so space and time is there, and thought is dropped. And so then you're going away from this no time, no space zone. That means you are there in this absence of any form at all, absence of any notion of any time at all, of past or future. All that is dropped because thought is dropped. So when in that state, then either it could be completely empty, dark, black, something of that nature, where nothing is there around you, like a sea, like a desert. Nothing is there around you. You could find yourself in a place like that. Or you are finding some sensations, then we call energy experiences. Because we are energy and matter, so start energy experiences, which is all some sensations in your body, moments, physical experiences, energy experience. So energy experiences, mind experiences, there are many experiences that can come. They call an experience of energy bodies. So physical experiences are movement, some pain, this and that. Energy experiences are feeling some tingling currents through your body, are sensations here, sensations in your head, or you're not finding yourself dissolved, your bottom, your hands are dissolved, you're not there, you're not finding them here, they don't seem to be exist there. Our whole body didn't exist. Energy experiences. Mind experiences, when I say, are many thought experiences, are where you are suddenly seeing, going to dreamlike states, where you're witnessing some things. In a dream, you witness a few things. All of that can happen to you in meditation. And so now, these are all are arise in emptiness. So whenever you use the word, become aware, and then go into experience that emptiness around you all. And so it could be dark, black, empty, or it could be some kind of sensation energy, or it could be some kind of a vision or an experience you're growing through like dream. All of it is that. Okay. All of it is synonymous. So energy and emptiness words we're using to synonymously to witness, we're asking you to be there with experience that you're going through in that state of that's originated from becoming empty. Okay. Anything else, Rakesh?
Yeah, one more question on the topic. Now it seems time is running fast. So we feel that we are running out of time. So how do we overcome? I mean, it's like the fear of time.
More meditation. Meditation, and then more understanding. We are running fast because we are always expecting some things to happen. And then we are also, time is running fast because if you are fixated upon this concept of one life to live, and death is like, the end of it all. When that concept is not fully understood, then of course, old age catches up, youth is going away, and my middle age is going away, and so many things are there. Everything is clocked, right? So we increase our understanding of life. I increase understanding life after life, madam. Just study the books that we are recommending. And so I think it's a good idea because we have to republish the book list of books today into the groups so that we start the practice of reading and understanding. Now, this program is little different, and so we're not speaking about many concepts that we otherwise bring up systematically in our 40-day program, which is going to start in October 27th, called Presence. So you can join that to supplement the learning that we're having here. For now, you please continue to practice meditation, and today they will give a list of books to read. Start with the books to increase your understanding.
Okay. There's one more question. In sadhana, what is after keeping great intentions but keep failing with the old patterns?
So it will happen. So many times, I wanted to get up at 4 o'clock and meditate for 3 hours, and it doesn't happen. Okay. Now, this concept of failure that we have to transcend, in 6 spiritual science theories, there is always constant progression. There's always constant progression in our life. Now, if you could not do, then you have enough reasons to understand why you could not do in that situation. So next time, then you are applying it. Now you may not apply fully all of them, and so repeat the same, and so then you continue to repeat it. But you do know that eventually it's going to show up. But each time we are learning something, each time we're going through something. We're going through that experience, but we're learning something, what not to do. We know this. And so this concept that I'm feeling needs to be transcended, because nobody ever fails if they take learning out of every experience, because every time you experience something, there is a learning. You're better, you're wiser compared to before, every time. And so the constant progression, we have to see in that. Now the thing is, the failure is because we have very narrow time frame in mind, is why we feel there is a failure. Again, it comes to that arbitrary thing of, if I'm starting my business, it must happen in like 3 years. It must happen, from 0 to X amount. Otherwise, then I'm a failure. If I'm starting meditation practice, something should come within 6 months. That arbitrary time has been there. So now, how to overcome this failure? If that's the question you're asking, then whatever the word failure, first of all, we use it as failure, instead of going through the experience, not necessarily experiencing what I want. And so then the things that we want to do, the practice is, there is something called subconscious programs. That's what keeps us in the old state, right? And so meditation is helping us to look into the subconscious programs to say, what is limiting me? I might have a fear of something from the past. I might have some greed of something. I have very lesser understanding. I'm trying to manage people. And so then I always saying yes to somebody who is there because they helped me sometime in the long time ago. Sort of obligation I do. It's become like a program. Now meditation helps you to look at all these programs and then help you to reaffirm with something opposite of it to come out of it. The subconscious programs concept have to be understood. Please read a book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, which will help to overcome things that we keep repeating over and over and over. Okay. And that book will give the conceptual understanding, and but then to extend it. But what happens in meditation is, if you regularly practice meditation, and then if you are reading regularly to increase your understanding of how to be different in a given situation, the right books that we are suggesting, they're all great books. They're not technical books in the terms of vocational books, but they are spiritual books that are there, helping us train the brain, change the mind, and identify greater responses in a given situation, how to do. And when you read them, automatically then you are coming out of these repeated patterns. You will come out of repeated patterns. Okay. So the practice in this case is meditation, reading, and then interacting constantly with people. People meaning people who are regularly on the path meditating. So then we will know how to apply a concept we read into daily life. We meet Rakesh, then he will tell you how he broke the fear of, for example, wanting to start his own business or venture, how he came into it. That will be known. Okay. And so many experiences that we all can learn from each other, so we constantly interact. So these three things are the practice: meditation, reading, and then interacting with others. Then automatically we will be able to come out of our own limitations or repeated patterns. Is there anybody here who has come out of a pattern like that would like to share? Never mind. So we're at 8 o'clock. So thank you very much, friends. So we'll see you all tomorrow again. Thank you.
Always changing. Who I was yesterday is gone. Embrace who I am. get stuck in my life. I ask what I could do right now instead of why. I can't let my fears define my journey. And I gotta forgive myself for when I